Hello, welcome to the frogfear.com webcast. My name is Palmer,
And I'm Wilhelm.
and today we're taking a look at Archeage. Archeage is a game which is currently released in Korea. It's not available to play in the West, in North America or in Europe, or at least if you do play here you need to get a Korean account, log on to a Korean server. It's coming to the West. It's being published by a company called Trion Worlds, which was the company behind Rift, which is a pretty good MMO. So it's in safe hands here, and it's caused quite a stir amongst people who are looking forward to playing it. We'll talk about why as we go along, I think, but I guess we'll start off by making a new character. Do you think, Wilhelm?
Sure, that's a good plan. So you go ahead and do your character, and we'll go on from that.
Well,
One moment, I have to. Could you pass me the link to the broadcast so I can see what you're doing?
yeah, hang on a second. The game starts off with 4 races. Apparently there are 2 more to be added in. You have these large humans, the Nuans, the elves, who live in quite a fantastic sort of forest area. I've seen it already. These cat people, the fair or fur, whatever they're called, and these smaller humans, the Harry Harren, who are I don't know what they are. They're maybe the equivalent to sort of hobbits or something, or they're just sort of young. But you can make these characters look older. You'll see when we start creating a character, you can change the skin tone, you can change their complexion to make them a lot older than they appear if you want to do that here with the female character models. Um, reason that
So earlier you mentioned before this podcast that there will be new races too. Do you have any idea what sort of races they will be offering?
Yeah, they're going to add in dwarves, and they're going to add in some sort of warlike race, sort of ogres or orcs, but with a made-up name. So that's what we've got coming. Hopefully the dwarves won't speak like Scotsmen like dwarves in every other game do, but we'll see. Um,
It will be interesting to see how they will talk like a Scotsman in Korean language.
yeah, well, the game, I should just point out, the game at the moment here, I'm going to make an alpha, I think. The game at the moment is available in Korea. It's been released in Korea, so we are playing the Korean version. And I don't understand a word of Korean. But the point is really that I'm looking forward to it, and a lot of people are looking forward to it coming out in the West. I'm going to make this guy look old. I like my characters looking old. Um, and so this is just to get a sort of bit of a feel of it, a taste of it, ready for when it does come out in a language that I actually speak. Um, and the reason that there's a bit of a fuss about this game is because it's a sandbox game, or it's got sandbox elements. It's not one of these games, and we've seen so many of them, which are just clones of World of Warcraft. This game actually has... oh, this is the eye colour. This game actually has a lot more to it than the average MMO, or most recent MMOs. It allows you to build a house, to own a house, to build a farm, to take part in activities unrelated to sort of combat, like trade missions. You can play musical instruments, apparently. It's got a real emphasis on crafting. Here we go. This is
So it's very much like something like Ultima Online.
yeah, Ultima Online, absolutely. Very reminiscent
And
of that. I think. I
so
mean,
it's interesting that the early MMOs were more complex than the ones that came after it, and now they're after what 15 years or something like that. They're sort of reaching back to that to have more levels than just killing monsters.
yeah, quite right. I mean, MMOs in a way have sort of gone backwards. Games like Ultima Online gave you a lot of freedom. and then they became more and more based on just combat and going to dungeons, just doing quests. And this is a return to, and it's also a return to Ultima Online in a sense that it has a real focus on PvP. There are three continents in this game: the East, the West, and the North. And the Northern continent, as I understand it, because I haven't played it, I haven't played this game very much yet. The Northern continent is a PvP sort of plus PvP zone. Lots of PvP taking place. You can grab land, you can own land, you can seize land for your guild, you fight other people for land, and you can sort of own your own sort of properties, your own village there.
So now you're in the game.
Now I've made my character and I'm choosing a class. I think I'll turn the sound up when I get a chance. The game sound is a bit low.
The one thing to point out, well, never gonna see it, but it's very beautiful looking game.
Yes, it is. It looks fantastic. We'll see more of it.
Yeah, especially the animation. It has lots of animation, and the environment seems to be really nicely animated as well. Even if you can walk around, I don't know if these sort of bushes or grass or whatever you're standing on does interact with your character, but some of the foliage does actually interact with how you move.
Yeah, no, we'll see that in just a moment. Actually, sorry, I may have misled you. I haven't quite finished creating the character because here I'm choosing a class, and you can see.
Ah, okay. I thought you're in the world already because it's sort of changed the.
Yeah, I understand. He's sort of illustrating the various classes here. So here you have a sort of warrior. This is a mage with fireballs. This is an archer, a cleric. This I think is a sort of necromancer type character, and this is the thief. But what's interesting about the class system is that you don't stick to one class. Your character can have up to 3 classes at a time, and you choose the 3, and then you choose which skills from the 3 classes you want to load up and use. So there's a lot more flexibility than most class-based MMOs. Anyway, I'm going to play this.
Can you change from the 3 classes you choose from?
Yep, you can.
So you can actually start with, let's say, necromancer, sorcerer, and thief, and you can sacrifice one and take a cleric role or something like that.
Yep. Anytime.
So you can actually.
Yeah. So here we go. We've loaded into the game. The game just crashed there actually, so there might be a sort of break in the film there. The game crashed and reloaded. So having shown you character creation, I've actually reloaded up with another character I made some time ago. He's still pretty much a newbie, but he's a little bit more advanced than a brand new character. So we can sort of wander the world with him.
So basically you're in some sort of camp now, so where there's strange monkey people and.
Yeah, this is the smaller human. Here's a map of the world. So yeah, this is just to give a feel for the environment. This is sort of adventure area with out of control robots, I think, for some reason. Not sure how they got here.
So there's certainly some sort of skiffy effect, skiffy part to the lore.
Sorry, what?
Sci-fi part to the lore, if they're out of control robots here or something like that.
Yeah, I suppose so. Although you get something similar in, say, World of Warcraft, where
yeah, I suppose it has a sort of, you know. Although World of Warcraft is a mixed mass of everything too, in a way.
Yeah. I remember playing World of Warcraft and going to name Oregon and.
So in that perspective, it's pretty similar. This seems to be just taking everything from everywhere into the game and sort of messing it up as some sort of cohesive world.
Yeah, well, Archeage is probably more varied than most games. I mean, it doesn't have any sort of hard science fiction elements to it. It is fantasy, but
Yeah, well, a bit like World of Warcraft.
yeah, but it doesn't stick to sort of dwarves and elves and wizards. It has lots of stuff that they've come up with themselves, which some of it looks a little bit bizarre perhaps to Western audiences. It's not what we're used to. I'm going to turn the sound up a little bit here.
Well, so far it sort of feels. I mean, there's probably some new races and stuff like that, but at least the player races are fairly unsurprising. I mean, cat people for a Asian game doesn't really strike as very surprising choice.
No, I suppose not. But I was thinking of, for example, this guy here is a little bit, I don't know. This is the mailbox, I believe. Let's check my mail. No new... Oh, hang on, there are some new letters.
Could you tell me what they say?
I've got no idea what they say. I think they've come from NPCs who have sent me a letter after I did a quest for them. We'll have to have a wander around because there are parts of the world that look better than this, but just yeah, look at this is the water. I think this looks brilliant.
This is a bit murky water. I've seen examples where it's very, very transparent. Sure.
Yeah. Well, this is, I guess, a sort of polluted area. Oh, what on earth is this? Okay, I suppose I need to fight this.
So the motivation or why you're doing things and what's happening is sort of unclear at times.
Well, yes, because we don't understand a word of Korean. But I mean, this game seems to have a lot of sort of cutscenes. It does seem to have a lot of story. Here's a player house. This is one of the interesting things about Archeage, I think.
Yeah, so it has the similar thing as in Ultima Online, where you can actually place the house in at least most of parts of the world.
Yeah, I mean there are some limits. I think there are some restrictions, but yeah, you don't go to a special housing zone. You can put your house anywhere you like it. Well, not anywhere, but out in the open world. Oh, look at these dragons.
Yeah, this house seems to be closed, so you can't go and visit that one. But some of the houses are actually open for public.
Yeah.
And there seems to be interesting. There seems to be that there's some sort of ability to import textures from your computer to the game. Apparently, at least the one house that we saw in the earlier when we unsuccessfully tried to make this podcast.
Yeah.
We should find that house again. It was sort of bizarre.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be too far away, and it would be nice to see some other areas. Let's
yeah.
call up my mounts. Here we go.
And those numbers next to you are directions to quests. Then
here's here's another player. Is a cat person? Looks like it is.
And she or he is playing a flute of some sort.
Yeah, I'm not entirely certain why they're playing a flute when there's a monster attacking them. But yeah.
Maybe it's taming. Maybe they can tame these monsters. I don't know.
Well, my guess. Oh, look at that! I like this graphical effect that the fireball's having. And there's the ice. I mean, my guess is that music helps you regain your stamina and hit points.
Okay.
It's a way of resting, but I could be wrong about it. I don't know.
So now you're riding some sort of a mixture of Town and Chinese Dragon.
Yeah, this is my mount. You do get sort of more traditional mounts on the game. You get horses that just look like horses. These things here can be ridden as mounts too.
Right.
And
So
you
that sort of seems like a mixture of Tauntaun and that thing from the never-ending story.
I haven't seen Neverending Story. The the elves have sort of reindeer that they ride. It looks like sort of fantastic reindeer. And the cat people ride other cats. I've seen films of them riding these sort of white tiger type things. Yeah, here's another.
And now you're in this sort of a junkyard.
Yeah, this seems to be another.
So are you heading to the player housing area?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that house that we looked at yesterday because it's always fun to look at. Well, let's go on the bus. There's a bus. Takes you places. I can
A caravan?
on it. A caravan. Well, it's going fast. I suppose the whole point is that it goes fast.
Can you catch it?
No.
No, you can't?
No, I won't be able to. Well, it's about the same speed as me, but I mean the whole point is that it's sort of, if it was slower than a player, it would be pretty pointless. Maybe I will catch it up.
Maybe it will have a stop nearby or something.
Could do. So there we go.
You are catching it up a bit, so maybe you will catch it if you go straight and it goes around the bend or something.
So the environment has changed a little bit already. I mean, we've sort of come out of that junkyard area, and this looks quite different. This is where it stops. Fair enough. Well, I won't get on it because here are some houses.
Oh, well, you should show how to ride it, or shall we? Well, yeah, let's check it afterwards then. So, can you explain the army of cows here?
Well, a big part of the game is farming. You sort of you build your house. I mean, again, I haven't done this myself because I'm such a complete newbie. You build your house and you claim a field near your house by planting a scarecrow or a pumpkin head. What on earth is this one? It's got loads of silly hats on. So then once you've claimed your field, you can grow crops, or you can grow trees or goats, or farm animals.
Yeah, I sort of wonder, because everything else is done in so very nicely thought out graphical way. Why they went this way with the farm animals? Because it just looks horrible. You have them all in lines. It's like army of cows or something like that.
It looks a bit silly, I know.
They're all staring in one direction and moving their head in rhythm. Sort of hypnotic.
This seems to be a crafting area. People seem to be doing crafting. There's a cat person.
Right.
There's an NPC, that will be a merchant, I think. Here's a... So this is the kind of thing I like in a game. The idea that you have houses out in the world, and maybe in the housing area you'll find people doing things. Doing crafting. Here's a house.
It's definitely interesting aspect, and whole housing and PvP PvP and stuff like that, which we will cover more later on. It's sort of very much interesting. It gives more depth to the game rather than just monster slaying. But yeah, now we're at the house that's having some sort of custom textures to it.
Yeah, it seems that you can import textures into the game for use as a painting or...
And we didn't really know it by looking outside of the house, but when we got inside, we sort of decided, they must be importing stuff, because...
This is how the guy has chosen to decorate his wall. I assume it's a guy.
Yes, and we sort of presume these are not textures that's coming with the game.
Yeah, I'm guessing that this is not that they've added this into the game. But you know what? If you
you think the owner is a guy?
Well, I'm assuming so. If we ignore that, I'm not saying, that's it, if you want to do that, that's up to you. But ignoring that, the way this place is decorated, it's just beautiful. There's so much stuff that you can, which clearly does come from the game itself, which you can add.
I wonder if how the placing goes. Do you have slots where you can place them, or is it entirely free? I mean, can you place the vase in anywhere on the house, or just in certain corners or stuff like that?
I don't know. I'd imagine it must be anywhere. I mean, look at
it seems like it at least, but hard to say.
Yeah. And
while you're not friend to this house or owner of this house, if you were, you could actually sit on the benches and sleep on the bed.
Yeah. The great thing about this game is that the seats, the beds, they're actually usable. It's not like so many other MMOs where you go into a tavern and they have seats, but you can't actually sit on the seats. Here you can actually sit down.
Right. Are you playing, by the way, the sword person now, or?
Yeah, this is
the Hobbit thing.
This is the Hobbit thing, but I mean,
because I'm just looking you compared to all the furniture and stuff like that, and you seem sort of small, so that's why.
Yeah, could be. This is a small guy. As you can see, I made him look a little bit older. He doesn't have the sort of childlike face of the person you saw in the character creation screen, so you can do that if you want to.
Yeah. It just looks like a creepy old guy now.
Yeah. So let's go and see. There's a portal there, and I think we should go through that portal at some point. But let's see if the actually all that caravan's going to do. If we
well, you should try to hitch a ride, so you at least ride a few moments, so people can see how it goes. Because I think it's a good idea how it works. It is actually similar to what they have in World of Warcraft, but I mean, you could take the Zeppelin to the next continent in World of Warcraft, but it sort of starts to go to the other continent, and then it loads and teleports to the other continent. But in this game, you actually ride the whole way.
Well, there's also a Zeppelin here, though. If I can find it.
Have you tried that, by the way?
I saw it once, and I never managed to find it again.
Okay, but now the caravan thing, however, is it's basically just automated caravan that goes from point A to point B. And you can have multiple persons on it, and you can, perhaps have a discussion while riding it or whatever. But it's not a teleportation device or anything like that. You can freely move it while it's moving from point A to point B. You're not sort of stuck to it like in World of Warcraft, where you're riding a griffin or something like that, and you can't really do anything other than watch the game. But while you're riding a caravan here, you can actually decide to hop off from the caravan at any point.
Yeah. Basically, I've reduced the graphics settings a little to try to improve my frame rate.
Okay.
Frame rate may be a little bit low, but bear in mind that I've got Fraps running and also Twitch TV running as well, which is how Vilhelm is able to
eating
see
performance probably quite a lot. So.
Yeah.
And I'm presuming you won't be broadcasting that in that high detail anyway when you're putting it on YouTube and stuff like that. So
oh no, it gets the YouTube.
I'm fairly sure that people will get a fairly good quality image out of the adventure still, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, the YouTube film is high def. But, anyway, there you go. So if it seems a bit jerky, sorry, go on. I was just saying, if it seems a bit jerky, then don't blame the game. It's because I've got 101 graphical programs running at the same time. Sorry, Vilhelm, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying that it seems to have chat bubbles going on, and many people like those sort of things.
Yeah, if you speak, there you go. There's a chat bubble.
Right.
Right. Let's. Oh no! What's it doing? Oh, here we go. Right. Let's try and jump
caravan.
into this.
Go 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 go!
Now, as well as the caravan, this is controlled by an NPC. There are... Oh. What does F do here? Nothing much. Oh, yeah. F makes you sit in a seat. There are machines that players can drive. I've seen a player transporting goods in their own small sort of machine, one of these things.
Oh, could they have actually passengers in it?
No, this seemed to be, although, I mean, I've only seen one, for all I know there might be different varieties, but it seemed to be able to transport only the player and a load of goods. They were carrying trade goods.
Okay. Okay, because there are ships in this game, and those ships can actually carry multiple players, and players can actually navigate them wherever it is.
This is a new area. I don't think I've ever been to this area before. Maybe I have. I don't know. Yeah, there are ships. The ships can cross the ocean. Look at all these houses. These are all player houses here. The ships can cross the ocean.
Yes, and there's actually an option for people to play as a pirate.
You can play as a pirate living on Pirate Island, and then I suppose what you do as a pirate is you would look for players in their ships who are trying to transport goods from one continent to the other, and attack them. You can fit cannons. You build ships. You don't. I don't think you buy them. I think you build them. You can certainly fit cannons to them. You can shoot other players with the cannons. Or shoot their ships rather, and sink their ships. So this, we've travelled into a different area with a very different feel. There's been no loading screen, there's no zones as such.
Right.
There may be zones, I don't know, but we certainly haven't been through a zone line.
So only loading screens you get is probably when entering the game and when using something like a portal.
Yeah, there are portals, we'll try. Oh, look at that, look at all those houses. Different designs. We'll try using a portal later.
Yeah. Interesting device, by the way, which you're traveling. I don't know what to call it. It's some sort of hybrid between a car and steam machine or something.
Yeah. Oh, a little town, is that? Oh, that's where we're going. Okay. So we're going to stop here. I'll get off because I think it's only going to go back. Oops, go back where we came from.
Right.
One thing that I haven't shown you yet, or I think I've shown you, Vilhelm, but not the viewers, is every character can play a musical instrument.
Right. Are the musical instruments items in your inventory, or is it just a skill that...
No, it's an item. There it is. There's my musical instrument, and every player. Oh, what's this? Crafting screen. Every character, I should say, can dance.
Well, let's see. Well, that's sort of quite modern-looking dancing there.
Yeah, dance number 2.
Yeah. And
Dance
could you
3.
actually walk and dance? You demonstrated something similar to...
Oh yeah, he can walk and dance.
He's a cheery fellow. He can dance and play his lute. Oh, it's turning into musical, isn't it?
Yeah. Very, very strange. I wonder what that thing is up there. Oh, there's quite a few of them. Not sure how to make him stop dancing, actually. I'll use a skill and see if that...
He doesn't
Okay.
stop. So, besides dancing, you can actually own quite different looking pets, and you actually had some steeds, but can you have other sorts of pets other than steeds?
Well, I don't know, but I have found NPCs who sell animals, although one of those animals are just for farming.
Okay.
Jump up and down, I love this.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, look here, a fish. It's a bit of swimming. Let's see if I can go underwater. Oh, a bit shallow for that, really. Here are plants when they get disturbed a little bit.
It varies from plant to plant, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some seem to interact with you just going through them, and some don't, but it looks lovely when it does.
Yeah,
And yeah, the whole world seems very natural. I mean, it's very organic looking. I like the sort of environment that the world creates. It has. It's probably handcrafted, mostly at least.
well, yeah, and it's massive, so it's a real labour of love. I mean, I
Yeah.
think it is. I'm gonna go.
At least
this
the key parts are handcrafted. At least would be perhaps too much to say that it's entirely handcrafted. I don't know, but
Yeah, maybe so, maybe so. I am gonna use my hang glider.
okay.
I wish I was a bit higher up. It would be even better if I was even higher up. But just to give you a feel.
Let's see.
There we go.
Whee!
Yeah, you can buy different types of hang gliders. Some of them will keep you in the air for longer than this. But what I've got here is a very basic. Some of them can actually ride air current, so they can lift you up and you can fly around for a long time. Have I? Oh, look at this. Have I told you, Vilhelm, that I have another horse?
Yes, if we're talking about the horse that spits fire.
I have no idea. I'm going to load up this horse because it's faster. I've no idea where this come from. I think I found it in my mail. I think somebody may have given this to me as a present. Yeah, but I honestly don't know.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe they saw a video or something that we've done.
That's not likely.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that somebody mailed me this horse. Oh, what's this? Maybe I.
Mail away horse. I've heard mail away brides, but not mail away horses.
What does this mean? Did you see those sort of red
Yeah,
warnings?
and now you have text in red. It probably means either that you're entering PvP area or something other bad is going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. So there clearly are zones and loading screens.
So maybe that was a zone marking?
Well, yes, but it must have been. Oh, look, I've. What's this? Have I died? Oh, I don't know what's happened there.
So did you actually write to the area some sort of end of the world area, and you just die if you write too far into it? A bit like if you try to swim too far in World of Warcraft, you die.
Yeah, perhaps it's a part of the world that hasn't actually been created yet.
Yeah, so it might be that actually, while it's theoretically a huge world, it actually hasn't entirely been crafted yet, and there's areas that you can't go.
Yeah, that seems possible.
Although this is purely speculating because we can't speak the language or read the language or understand the language.
We have literally no idea what's going on.
Nothing. Only
so,
Western thing is your character's name there.
Yeah, there are other Western players though playing this. I mean, this is the Korean game playing on a Korean server. There are other Western players out there, and they all tend to be on this server, which is server 10.
Right.
And
there seems to be at least somewhat sizable German community, judging from the videos.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why Germans in particular are playing this game, but that does seem to be true, yeah.
Probably just as active part as Americans or UK people or whoever.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt that, but well, no, I mean, I think there seem to be particularly Germans playing. I mean, there's, you know, some Americans as you'd expect, and but then apart from that, because Germany as a country is only sort of slightly bigger, I think, than the UK, but there's a lot more German players than UK players, as far as I can tell. Perhaps the UK players are just not making videos. I don't know. So I think you can see why there's a bit of a buzz about this game, why people are quite excited about it. It's definitely different to just yet another World of Warcraft clone.
Yeah, that's true. You should show some fishing now, if you're anywhere near a coastline.
Yeah, let's try to do a bit of that. While I'm here though, just because I happen to bump into one, here's some gathering. You can collect the plants. And throughout the game world you'll find stuff you can collect like that. It has a
yes, you can also collect trees for some reason.
Yeah.
Which is sort of odd. I mean, you can probably collect one of those trees that are just in front of you.
Yeah, let's see if it will let me.
No?
No.
Okay, so not every tree is collectible, but I don't know how you can tell which are.
Yeah, I have to find the right trees, I guess.
So some trees are collectible, and they're really big trees, and for some reason you just dig few seconds, and then you have the tree all by yourself.
Yeah, you just steal them in. Those. Oh, here's a tree that I can steal, I think.
Okay, well, let's steal it.
So it's a level 9.
There's some sort of creatures there. Are they too dangerous for you? Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm chopping this tree. Oh!
Has it changed? The last time we weren't chopping trees. This is more logical.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes. But that didn't happen last time. I mean,
No,
yesterday you were digging trees.
Yeah, I was taking.
So Andrew, has that been fixed? Has there been some sort of patch?
No, I think it's just the trees that I was sort of taking were just smaller trees or something. Alright, I'm probably going to die here. What I'm aiming for... Oh, that's quite a nice effect when they... What I'm looking for is a portal. And we'll find a portal and hopefully it will take us to the big city where we can see people fishing. Because I know you wanted to I want to look at people fishing too.
Yes, it's very exciting. Just like in real life.
Yeah, this appears
Except there's more people fishing in this game than in real life.
This appears, I think, to be a sort of boss monster of some kind.
Oh. Do you think you have it that you can actually take it out? Do you have it what it takes?
Oh, bit of healing there, that was nice. Oh no! Oh, that wasn't very good at all. I used my special jumping backwards skill and managed to
almost kill yourself.
Yeah. Oh, okay, maybe the monster's giving up the chase. Well, let's. No, this is also going timber.
I do wonder if they changed something, or is it really depending on just the tree types or something? Because it didn't make any sense that the huge trees that you were sort of digging and taking with you just seemed silly. This chopping trees just that works. The other thing, I didn't understand it at all, but as it can be seen, this is still full of surprises, and more surprises because we don't understand enough about this game.
I did. I'll hear some quests. I'm not going to do these quests though. Looking for a portal.
So quests here are pretty traditional. Go and get and go and kill stuff.
Yeah.
As far as you can figure it out.
Yeah, they do seem to be pretty traditional. So use items, get things. There was a quest to get my mounts, which involved raising. You have to raise your mount, your horse or whatever. You have to feed it. You have to bathe it. You have to stroke it and care for it and love it. And you have to dance for it.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
And then now there is some sort of baby animals here.
Yeah, oh, this seems to be a... Yeah, so here are the baby mounts. Seems to be a mount.
Can you get here to demonstrate?
No, I don't think I can get a new mount at this stage, or can I? Maybe I can. It doesn't seem to be a merchant that I can find. Turn this light on.
So that was example of interaction that you have to have in this world.
Okay, actually here, let me get rid of the horse. Here is a mount. Do I have 10 silver? I don't even know if I do.
I suppose we will find out.
Okay, I think I've just bought a mount.
Okay.
New one. So now I place him.
Okay.
Right, so here's my baby.
Your baby. Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
And,
congratulations, I suppose.
now I'm going to raise him and I talk to him.
Okay.
There we go. Now I'm going to feed him an apple. Hopefully. Get closer maybe.
How do you know what to do with things to give in which order?
Oh, maybe I don't have any apples.
Oh no!
I did find apples in the past. You have to pick them from trees. Okay, well anyway. There, so I've picked him up and I will carry on the process when I get the chance.
Right, but growing him up is actually quite fast process from what I've seen. I mean, if you have all the right ingredients, it's just giving those ingredients and doing the dance and voila, you have a grown-up creature.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. The first time you do it, you get given a mount as part of a quest, and I guess what happens, although I hadn't realised it at the time, is that the NPC also gives you the items you need, like the apple to feed it and so on. But failing that, you have to, I guess, you have to actually go and get the food, and you need to feed him water as well and bathe him.
Right.
I'll tell you what we need. We need that caravan again, because when the caravan was driving, I saw it went past. So, and here he is. That's a stroke of luck. I saw the caravan went past some portals.
Right.
So we'll stay on this, and it will lead us to. See that there is. There's probably food there that I can get.
Do you have time before?
Yeah, okay, so I got an apple from that tree. So I get on this and I'll do the next part of the bringing up the mount quest in a moment. So what do you think of this game, Vilhelm?
It's horrible.
It's horrible. I'm a massive fan, as you can tell, but you can't honestly think it's horrible.
It's terrible. No, it has actually quite interesting things to it, like the housing and the PvP playing as a pirate and stuff like that, and then. But on the other hand, it seems fairly traditional. Go and kill 10 monsters and level up sort of game as well. So I mean, it has really interesting things to it, but on the other hand, it has this very traditional leveling aspect to it. So I'm quite undecided yet, and I'm not quite sure what I think about the graphical style of the game. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful, but I'm not sure if the style is something that I want to have in a game. I'm more used to more Western style representation. But that's just me. I mean, that's why I'm a bit undecided. I'm personally more waiting for the shroud of the Avatar.
Yeah, which is the
Richard Curry at Kickstarter one, which is not really a MMO per se, but it's sort of in between MMO and smaller game. I don't know. It has sort of lots of instances and sort of persistent world type of thing anyway. But yeah, that's my thoughts about the game currently. I mean, absolutely wonderful graphics, and they have really outstanding animation as far as I can see. I mean, many of the current massive multiplayer online games don't have as much animation and stuff like that going on as has this one. But those are my thoughts. And now you are in the big town, aren't you?
yeah, all the portals seem to lead to the same place.
Right.
Which is this city. Well, it's actually, if you look at the map, it's a sort of a small island.
So why you have this heart thing going over your head now?
I don't know.
Are you in love?
I've got no idea.
Do you feel like in love?
Oops.
Apparently not.
Apparently not, no. There are a lot of enemy players around here. By enemy players I mean members of the other faction, which their names are in red text. However, I don't think they can attack me here. I say that because I've been here before and they never do attack me, so I'm assuming that they can't. This is quite cool. This is armour. You can buy armour for your horse and add it to your horse.
Right. Don't you have actually armor on your flamings?
Yeah, my horse, somehow I seem to have a horse which is sort of top of the range. I don't know how. I don't know where that came from.
Right. It's sort of raining pixie dust or something?
Fireworks.
Fireworks. And then there's some sort of lizard things there and other things.
Here's a seat we can sit on. Isn't that nice? You can sit on a seat here.
Right, and I think we have a player ship in the distance, didn't we?
Yeah, there's a big
seemed
ship
like
down
at least.
there.
No, I'm not meaning the big ship there, but there was something to the right there.
Yeah, no, I agree. That big ship there seems to always be there, so I'm guessing that's not player owned. That one there, I mean, I don't know, but it's possible that that's a player owned ship there. Let's go take a look anyway.
Right. So you're following the grey brick road? Not yellow brick road, but grey brick road. Got it? Uh-huh.
Oh, I'm going down the slow way. Oh, there are two people having a bit of a race, are they?
I don't know.
No idea what they're doing. One of them seems to be on a cat mount, the other one's on a traditional horse.
And they're going horses round and round and round. Are those players?
Yes.
Okay. Oh. Maybe it's some sort of role-playing. I don't know. And then there's... what's that? Is that a vendor or what's the little woman there with?
No, she doesn't seem to be a vendor. I'm not sure what she's doing.
There's plenty of those there, and sort of reminds me of Japanese schoolgirl thing going on here. Some sort of.
Yeah, they look a bit modern, don't they? These are houses that you can buy. These are house. You buy a house deeds, and then you can place your house. So there's a lot of different models. There's another portal. I think that will just take us back where we came. Let's go and see if we can find this player ship. Here's a sea. Doesn't this look amazing? What's this? Is this a player ship? Seems just sort of running around.
Can you steal it?
I don't know. How would I get on it?
I don't know. Oh,
Get rid of the horse.
the steed seems to have a nice swinging animation going on.
Yeah, he does. They do swim, and it's quite nice.
So you've got on. Can you do anything there? This is probably a player.
I think it must be, although
Suppose.
what's happened to them, I don't know. Let's light this cannon. Okay, I'm not sure why that's. Come on, I want to blaze something up.
You should try to steer this ship if you can.
Oh! So here's how a cannon works. Yeah, I should try to before the owner comes back. Well, that's great. Well, as I understand it, you can blast other people's ships. So,
and can you actually steal other people's ships too? Oh, you can actually. Oh.
so to sell. Wow.
Wow. Well, that's just an example of how really nice animation it has.
This ship seems to have run aground. Oh wow.
Well, you're actually sailing.
I have stolen somebody's ship. This is brilliant. Where can we go? I wonder where you can go.
I don't know. Maybe you should return it after you've done your cruising. I don't know how much work these are worth or anything like that.
I'm a thief.
At least you're honest about it.
Although we are in the middle of this.
So you can't really escape anywhere.
No, but I wonder if I can put it in my backpack and then. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing.
So basically, if you had any friends in this game, you could actually have them on board as well.
They could get on this ship, yeah.
Someone could be firing the cannons and things like that.
I'm a bit scared to try any of these options here because I wonder what would happen if I don't want to lose my lovely boat. I stole a boat.
Yes. And
but you can go out. I don't know how to do it, but you can go out fishing. So I mean, I just love the idea of being able to wander off. Oh, there's a zeppelin. In a perfect world, I'd somehow get on that zeppelin as well and go for a ride. Right, I'm trying. What does this mean? What does that mean?
well, don't ask me. I don't know.
Oh! Okay, so the ship's vanished.
So, is it in your backpack?
No, it doesn't seem to be in my backpack. What a shame.
So you lost your ship now?
Yeah.
Okay. So did you maybe destroy it by accident or?
I've got no idea. No idea. I mean, maybe it was only a sort of temporary thing anyway. Maybe it wasn't a proper. I don't know. It was good though.
Good while it lasted, and now you're in some remote location of this world and no way out.
Wonder if it's possible to catch that zeppelin.
Not from
Well,
here.
that's quite a sort of unexpected bonus. So I didn't expect to be able to. I've got no idea what this island is.
Oh yeah. And now you have a very long ride to back to the city, I think.
Oh, it's not that long.
Really?
But no, yes, well, it's just round in a little circle here.
So I wonder what these are. Are there some sort of coral reefs or?
I don't know, but one thing I have noticed is that everyone has a nice large boat.
Can you steal
One
that?
Well, are there any players on it? Oh wow, look, it swims in the water. It actually looks like a horse.
Bad thing about you stealing them now is that you're leaving video evidence about your crime.
I don't think these can be player boats. I mean, why would a player leave their boat to be... Oh, that's the...
So you can actually steal the...
Well, maybe it's not owned by a player, but I'm a bit confused why it's there then. I don't believe a player would just leave a base lying around for me to...
So
steal.
maybe, could it be that these sort of ships are here for the players to experiment because they're in this sort of closed-in pond?
Yeah, that would make sense, and especially because this is an area where you do buy, I believe that you buy ships. I mean, I think there's a sort of two-stage process where first of all you have to buy the blueprints, and then you have to actually make it by adding the raw materials yourself.
Right. I wonder what it's
So-
saying on the red text now on your chat screen. Is it something that you filthy thief or something like that?
Leave my ship alone, you scumbag.
It's all possible.
It's very possible indeed. Somebody might be telling me off.
So, did that ship actually have multiple levels? If you stop for a while, can you go and check the lower decks and stuff like that? Is there some sort of space there? Because it seemed like it could have multiple levels to it. Don't go and
yeah.
destroy it right now. So just look around. What's in there?
Oh no, it seems to have only... What is this? Is this a way... Is this some more cannons down here? What does this do?
I don't know.
Oh, I just picked out... Oh, this is a trade item. No, I'm just going to drop it. I don't want this. Oh, hang on. Is it a portable cannon of some kind?
Is this maybe something to use if you're boarding another ship or something?
I don't know.
Is it a pack? Is it a jetpack?
I've got no idea. Well, you can climb all the way up here.
Okay, so going to the Raven's Nest. That's the proper term for it, isn't it?
Crow's nest.
A crow's nest. No, well, Raven's crows.
Yeah, same thing.
Well, not really, but Similar color.
They're both
There's
birds.
actually no place to. Are you in wrong mast? There's actually second mast there. Huh? I could imagine it could be lots of fun to own this sort of big ship and have a small group of players and just explore the world and cruise around.
Yep.
So I hope
agree.
there's something to the exploration in this game too. So it's just not a few small areas, that there's actually something to discover if you really want to go around and sail. So hopefully there's some sort of hidden places to discover and find and stuff like that.
Alright, actually I'm going to try to stop here because I'm in danger of messing up people's... What the hell?
What are you going to do?
The bait seems to be doing
something. You're probably making a lot of enemies right now.
I probably am, yes.
Abandon the ship!
Run away! At least I didn't fire the cannons at them.
Well, nothing seems to really move those fissures. I mean, from all I've seen, I've only seen people just standing there without moving an inch and just fish away.
Well, yeah, but what would you do? You don't move around when you're fishing. I love this. I love the idea that people are just sort of, fishing.
Sure, I'm just. This just reminds me of Ultima Online days when there was lots of people just macroing the fishing skill.
Oh, I'm sure they're not macroing. Oh, that can't be true.
Well, I have no idea what's their name even, so I couldn't tell.
Now that thing doesn't seem to be moving, which is a real shame. I'd love to, and there's no way to get on it either. I'd love to get on one of those and...
Maybe you can get on it with some sort of glider or stuff like that.
Possibly, there are definitely other places. I'm going to change characters very quickly because I want to show people the Elvish area.
Okay.
If my guy's still there, just because I think it looks amazing.
All right.
It looks so good.
Let's have a go. And by the way, what are those boxes there flying on those balloons?
I've got no idea, I'm afraid. It could be anything.
Okay. And then there's those Japanese schoolgirls again.
Yes. Well, yes.
Looks very out of place to me, but maybe I just don't understand the lore here. Maybe it makes perfect sense.
Of course it does. How could it not make perfect sense? So while we're, if I can even remember which one is, here we go. You'll see I have a lot of originality when it comes to naming my characters. So do you think you'll be giving this one a go, Vilhelm?
It's possible, but it's just too early to tell. I probably know better when actually see some English footage and know a bit more about it, lore and stuff like that. But it has some interesting aspects to it. I really like the ship part and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's possible I might give it a try, but can't really say much more yet before knowing how and what form it's coming to Europe and, well, the Western world, really. Because I presume it will be probably the same game as in here, but you never know if they change anything or stuff like that.
I hope that they don't change very much.
Mm.
Obviously, it needs to be translated. In as much as there is sort of voiceovers and voice acting that needs to be redone.
There wasn't very much of voice acting, if I understood you correctly when we were speaking before this.
No, the characters aren't all voice acted like they are in some other games, but there are quite a few cutscenes
Right.
where you see actual artwork. It's not in-game. It's not a game engine. They actually show you artwork, a bit like what you're seeing now on this loading screen.
Right.
And there's a voiceover, which I assume is telling you the story.
Okay.
I hope they don't mess with the art.
I would presume it's unlikely that they will mess with the art unless.
And the gameplay doesn't, some Korean games, I think they've sort of reduced the grind in the gameplay and made it sort of easier to level when the game has been translated for the West. But in this case, I don't think there's going to be any need to do that.
Yeah, unless it's very grindable after something like level 20 or something like that.
Yeah, it could get worse. The grind could get worse. I don't really know.
Not the fastest game to load.
No, it's very slow loading. It's possible that this is partly
lag. And partly to you having all this sort of trap and stuff like that going on there.
Yeah. So this is the an elvish character and is it elvish or elven steed? Sure, some Tolkien fan can.
Who cares about elves?
You should know. You're a big Tolkien fan, aren't you? You ought to know. He would have had very strong views on that topic.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and at least how the dwarves are written in different forms. I remember reading a letter about him disapproving some of the translations and other linguists trying to twist his form of writing.
Yeah.
But this seemed pretty gloomy still, actually.
Well, I'm in the shadows. Here we go. I mean, this is
right.
just wonderful, really.
And it should be noted that sometimes reacting a bit late to stuff that you're seeing on the screen, and that's because I'm seeing this stuff with something like 15-second delay or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is very typical elf thing going on here. Let's be close to nature and live in trees and
it is very typical.
Really.
But I don't think I've seen it done as well as this in any game. It just looks, to me at least, this just looks brilliant.
It has really nice environmental graphics to it, so that really helps.
Yeah.
Also talented artists being part of this game. How long did they actually develop this one? Did you have any idea?
I don't know, but it seems to have been in beta for a couple of years or something.
Well, that's quite a lot more than usual Western games.
Yeah.
At least the open beta phases. I mean, they do. I'm sure they have alpha phases and stuff like that lasts longer, but.
I'm just trying to get out of here to get a sort of long. I don't know if I'm in the place I was thinking of, but I want to get a nice long view of the. Where's the exit? Oh, there it is.
Oh boy, these nature-loving elves living in sort of jungle-like environment with sort of bit of Aztec thing going on, or let's say a bit of Avatar thing going on here.
Yeah, maybe so. I think there is a bit of that. But it just shows you the variety in the game, the number of different environments out there. Because previously we had a fairly sort of traditional sort of, fantasy forest type environment, and the sort of desert type environment we saw, and then the beach, which was wonderful. But here we go, leaving this place. I think this is absolutely fantastic. This just looks so...
By the way, how does the whole armoring and clothing and stuff like that work in this game? Are they in parts, or is it just a whole suite, or how does it work?
It's fairly traditional, I think. Let's take a look at my character. Well, he doesn't actually have a lot of armour, so... There we go, I'll take off his trousers. That's what it looks like. We've had his trousers, we've had his pants, as the Americans say.
So we're going to strip this one.
Yep.
And you can take basically everything off if you want to, and you can just have... So basically there's, upper torso, legs, boots, and then some sort of hat or helmet slot.
Well, I think there might be more than that, because bear in mind that most of my slots are currently empty. So I wouldn't assume that you can't...
So the slots again. So the slots again. There's... I can't really make out if there's something drawn behind that. It's just so green on my grey on my screen, but...
Yeah, well, you got at the top. You've got helm. Looks like a belt. Looks like.
I would presume not everything is drawn upon, and maybe there's some sort of rings and stuff like that, which are not shown on character. But I could be wrong. I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
So does the clothing and armor have stats on them, or is it just sort of like in Secret World? It's just decoration, or how does it work here?
The clothing does have stats on it.
Okay.
So you get more clothing as you go along. And you, where should I go? Oh, I wonder what's over this way. It's a starting zone.
Right.
Yeah, it gains stats as it goes along. So as you upgrade, as you get better stuff as you do quests or kill monsters, you find clothing with better stats.
Right. Okay, so that's pretty traditional there then.
Yeah, I don't know how crafting works exactly, but I know there's quite a big focus on crafting, although to some extent that may be to do with building ships and houses as much as anything else.
Right. So currently no idea when it's coming to Europe or United States.
No. No, Trion Worlds.
Other than it has a publisher now, so that's something.
That's something, yeah. There's a separate publisher in Russia, and it's currently, I think, in a beta in Russia, and the same again in China.
Right.
But when is it going to actually... So I suppose if it's in beta over there, it's kind of taken them too long. But when it's going to be translated and ready for Europe and North America, I have no idea. Just have to wait for Trion Worlds to tell us.
Right.
I think we've pretty much done. Probably we've had a good look at this game, although I really enjoy just driving around. So, what do you have any final thoughts?
I think it's called riding around.
It's called, yes, okay.
No, that was my final thought.
That's all you want to say.
But,
okay.
I pretty much summed up my opinion about the game, and your opinion seems to be that you absolutely love it, and everything about it's wonderful and great. And
Well, I don't know. I'm sure that's not right. I mean, I haven't had a chance to play it properly, and I won't have a chance to play it properly until it comes out in the West. But
Right.
it just seems so much more interesting than most
That's true.
MMOs I've
Yeah,
seen.
it certainly has lots of things going for it. Even if it is traditional in some aspects, it does have really new aspects to it. And one thing that we could add to the end of the podcast is that this is actually some sort of spiritual sequel to Lineage.
I don't know if that's quite true. It was the producer or one of the creators also created Lineage. I don't think this game is supposed to be a...
Okay, so it's not supposed to be any sort of spiritual even successor, but it's just from the same people that brought Lineage, which was one of the probably first MMO in Asia, Asian or from Asian origin.
Yeah, it has some of the same people involved, yeah.
Right. It was one of the first that's reached million players. Was it before EverQuest? I can't remember.
Well, this is the thing. Although we often tend to think of World of Warcraft as being sort of the biggest MMO and nothing else ever coming close, the only reason it seems that way is because we only ever think about Western games and games in Western markets. But Lineage was a massive hit, and
it was typically played in those internet cafes. I'm not sure what is the case currently in Korea. Are they playing this game from their homes, or are they playing it from internet cafe? How do you say it? Cafeterias?
yeah, or internet cafes. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But,
because they seem to have a bit of different culture thing going on there, how they typically play these games. I mean,
yeah, and also their different culture perhaps as regards PvP. Lineage was a very sort of PvP heavy game. Look at all these houses. I love these houses.
Right.
Houses, I think. Yeah. Although the same is true in a sense of the West, because the first MMOs, Ultimate Online, for example, had a very strong PvP element before they took it all away. Even after EverQuest, which was perhaps the second big MMO in the West, that was very competitive. I mean, it didn't have PvP as such, but it had... I think there was a PvP server actually, but it was very competitive. It was about competing for spawns, competing to kill the monsters. And that's all been sort of taken out of games in the West, and perhaps in Korea too there's a bit of a movement towards taking that very competitive element away, or reducing it a bit. So I think this is going to be slightly less competitive than Lineage ever was, but we'll see.
yes. Okay, well, that could be a perfect point to end this podcast, and now you can go and tell us about frogfear.com.
I do a little advertising spiel, which I always do. Yeah, well, thank you very much indeed for listening and for joining. Look at that waterfall, this looks lovely. Thank you very much indeed for joining us for this webcast, and this has been Palmer and Vilhelm. Have I said that correctly?
Yeah, so
Got it right for a change. And please do leave a comment below if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're watching on the frogfear.com website, leave a comment below there as well.
right.
Do subscribe to us on YouTube.
And if there's enough questions there, we can actually do some sort of questions and answers part for the whole game.
Absolutely, yeah, we'll do the very best that we can. Oh, look at these killer horses. And please do visit our website, which is www.frogfear.com. www.frogfear.com, the Frogfear website. Come and say hello. and follow us on Twitter or whatever it is you want to do.
Do we have a Twitter?
We do have a Twitter, yeah.
Oh. Will you be tweeting about this video?
Yeah, I always put out a tweet when there's a new video.
Right.
Or a new anything.
Well, now I know. Knowing is half the battle.
Yeah, knowing is half the battle. So that's it. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, and let us know if you want to see more Archeage footage too, and whether or not you are interested in whether you're looking forward to this game. Thank you very much indeed for listening.
Thank you. And that was cut.